YouTube, what's good, y'all? It's your boy Mitch Motives. Gotta have a motive. Vocals. Yo. God damn. My sinuses are starting to clear up. I can finally breathe, sort of. But, oh. What's it called? Remember how far you've come. And also, there are people out there whose situations are not as great as yours. So that comes down to gratitude, right? So yesterday, I had a homie call me. Older brother. Actually, he's like an older brother to me, you know? And he's one of those people that will speak greatness into you, you know? Tell you to keep doing your thing. And he said some things to me in the past that I still remember to this day, you know? Not gonna go into detail, but they were just things that I hold dear to me, because at the time I didn't understand it, but as I'm getting older and I've done certain things and I've been doing certain things, I'm sort of seeing what he meant by it. Like the light is sort of coming through the door a little bit. Not to say I'm gonna let it get to my head, but it's just nice to have certain words that are said to you just to keep you fueled and to keep going. But he called me yesterday, you know, he's not doing the best. And I was able to sort of play the other role and just sort of tell him that everything's gonna be okay, you know? Again, there's gonna be times in your life where there's just a bunch of smoke and debris and bombs going thrown off, and you're not too sure where to look or where to go to. But one thing to say is, if you are waking up in the morning, you have another day to do whatever it is that you need to do to come to a solution, you know? If you're able to check your pulse and that shit is still, you're still alive and breathing, there's still things you can do about it, you know? And as you get older, there's gonna be times where you go through suffering, you go through times of uncertainty. Because when you're young, you don't have enough living experience. Literally, you don't have enough years on the earth to actually go through some hard shit. You know? And hard is different for everybody. But to the point where you're just like, you don't know what to do, to the point where you just crumble, you need to break down a little bit, it's cool, it's natural, it happens. But, you know, after he was telling me what he was going through, I realized that I have it really good right now, you know? And you might not be able to see it, but or sort of understand it in the time, but it's one of those things where you actually have to think about it. You know? What is it that I'm learning, or what is it that I'm going through, or what is it that I have right now that a lot of people might wish that they had? You know? Again, these things might be corny, but it's just little things you gotta just remind yourself of. Because if you don't, you'll just be thinking about the wrong things. And as I said, your perception of everything about yourself, about the world, that's what's gonna create your reality. Up here, this is what literally makes up our life, our mind, our thoughts, all of that. Again, you could be rich, you could be a billionaire, you could have everything that you want, ever wanted. But if it's not to the point where you think that it's enough, it will never be enough, and you will just be in a bad headspace all the time, right? So it's important that you do think about these things on the regular, because if you don't, no one else will, right? And there's also another thing. There's also a hurricane happening in Florida. One of my homies that I used to work with, he's from Florida. He's over there right now. And I'm thinking to myself, like, wow, like, again, he's posted, like, the amount of debris that's on the streets, on the roads out in Florida before the hurricane actually happened. So there's a couple times I'd watch the story, I'm like, I didn't even, like, take it in. Like, this guy's really out there. So, you know, I sent him prayers, I sent him blessings. I'm like, yo, take care of yourself over there. And his response was, we'll see how it goes. Thank you. You know? Even things that are out of our control. Luckily for me, I do live in Toronto, so we don't have hurricane season. We don't have any of those crazy storms from Mother Nature. lot of stuff, who had to like leave everything that they had. And there's gonna be a lot of damages. And again, I don't know what I would do in that situation, but I understand that I've been blessed to not have to deal with something like that, you know? And even the things that I have gone through, I know they're not as bad as that. It's the little things you gotta remember, it's the little things you gotta think about. That's always why it's important to just be grateful. All of these things are cliche as hell, but they're cliche for a flipping reason. Cliche for a reason. If you're not willing to really soak in and take in everything that you have, what makes you think that you're gonna have the opportunity to gain more if you're not even satisfied with what you have already? Could just be my way of thinking about certain things, but you will be trialed, you will be tested, and all of those testing processes is just to see if whether or not you're a good candidate to have more, to gain more. You might not know it now, but later you will. Trust me. Trust me. Again, all of these things might be cliche, but I've just come to terms with certain things because things are repeated over and over again until you learn from them. And even if you don't learn from them, at least you'll be able to make something of it. You know, you'll gain the knowledge, the experience that you need to make whatever adjustments that you need to make in the future. You gotta be grateful though. Oh, excuse me. You gotta be grateful though. Because without that, nothing else matters. I promise you, there are people out there that are living with less, that are much more fulfilled than people out there who have a lot. You don't have to take my word for it, but I'm just going off of what I've seen and what I've heard from people. They are satisfied with who they are and where they're at. That's cool. But also, don't shy away from wanting to strive for more. Because ultimately, there are people that are going to be depending on you, and they won't be able to depend on you if you can't even depend on yourself. Bars. You know? Cliche, but it has its meanings for a reason. You feel me? But yeah, I just want a quick little video. I need to stay more consistent like I always do. Again, these are videos for my future self and whoever else watches this. Nice little video bank. And after watching some of my old videos, I've seen the growth. I've seen how much more comfortable I am on camera and how comfortable I am just speaking in general, even in person. Much more calm, much more composed. You gotta be calm, you gotta be composed. And that goes for every aspect of everything that you do. Because without calm and composure, a lot of things might just fall to shit, man. And even if things fall to shit, you being calm and composed might help you a little bit. And you gotta make sure you use whatever it is that can help you. It's your boy Mish Motors, man. Gotta